it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. We are going to make a fun card today for Craft Roulette. Happy Monday to everyone. Let's see. Well, hello, Sala. Hello, Beth. How are y'all doing? I have my sheet load out in case you missed it yesterday. On the 2nd of every month, the sheet load team shares their inspiration with the sheet load, and this was mine for this month. Super cute, very time intensive, but only because I built a little scene and did all this die cutting and all these things. But really, really cute. And the sheet load can be super fast. So it's a real easy sheet load to where you can make a whole bunch of cards really quickly. How are y'all doing? Hi, Miss Vicky. Hi, Linda Gorman. So I'm going to make my Craft Roulette card. Mondays just kind of feel like a great day to make my Craft Roulette card if I don't make them on a Saturday. Otherwise, likely I won't get them done. Okay, let me go on to Craft Roulette because I can't remember the random. It's a postcard, Easter colors, packing, and then I can't remember the random. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Angie. Shiny. Thank you. Okay. You just saved me some Googling. Thank you so much. I'm back. Amazon was supposed to be packing and delivering a package to me, but they didn't. So that's okay. We will proceed without it. Okay, so all weekend, I had a lot of ideas that came to mind for this card. We're just going to start with these two. I'm definitely going to be adding a cat. Okay, that was so funny. It was so easy to guess that add a cat would be Jay's parameter. Fifth parameter. Oh, so funny. Okay. But the kitty's gonna have to wait. One of the ideas I had was it would be so cute to do a pack of cats. So we'll see. We'll see how many cards we can make today. Let me just gotta get started. Okay. Card number 1. What size are these? Too small. Okay. Did y'all have a nice weekend? Did everybody have a nice weekend? I hope that you did. Canson XL watercolor paper. All right. I think I'm going to make mine slightly smaller than 5x7. Hi, Jackie. 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. We can get a couple this way. There we go. Miss Angie, I picked up your big, beautiful package. I peeked inside, but I figured, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna have to call her. Okay, so here I've got two 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, or what we're gonna do as postcards. And I think I'm going to, I kind of originally wanted the stocking over here and him right there kind of looking at it like, whoa, you know? Like, whoa. I think that's what we're gonna do. Because otherwise, where is he looking? I think he needs to be looking at the stocking. And then this stamp set is from last year, I think, with Timmy, or it was the year before last. I don't know which one, but it's called Santa Visit. I love this one. First of all, it has this thing, we'll leave North Pole tonight, arrive at your house Christmas Eve, Santa Claus. So that's going to go on the back of our, and then we have an actual postcard thing that'll go on the back too. And we have this lovely calendar and a tree and presents and tickets. It's just such a good stamp set. It was last Christmas. Thanks. Sala, how are you? I can't remember things like that. I'm not so good at things like that. But we could put the Holly Jolly up here. We could put Very Merry, Making Spirits Bright. Does always comes with the sentiments in her stamp sets. So now I'm thinking like 1950s pastels for the Easter colors. And like, it's going to be real easy to add shiny to this. I think we might start with shiny by embossing this image in silver sparkle embossing powder. My throat is still very messed up, you guys, so it just really hurts in the mornings. Don't mind me. All right, let's make sure this is pushed in all the way. Oh, let's also get this sticky grid positioned correctly. There we go. Yesterday was my niece's birthday, the little Swiftie that we made that Taylor Swift diary for. She doesn't call them journals, she calls them diaries. And we made her a Swiftie basket. Oh my gosh, it came out so cute. So cute. And we made a big rosette. Out of 6 inch, so it was 6 inches by I don't know even how many inches. So it was a huge big rosette, and then we decorated both sides and put it on, you know, a decorated straw so that it could stick out of the box. It was so much fun. Sparkle Heart and I worked on that for her. All right, let me find my, well, that was easy. I was like, oh, let me find my silver glitter embossing powder. Here it is. Make sure this is embossing powder. Silver embossing powder. It says that on top, but okay, tinsel embossing. Okay, just making sure. This is a Recollections one from a long time ago, but they might still have it. I don't know. Did you take pictures of the basket? No, I should have taken pictures of the basket, But no. Did not. There was so much going on yesterday. It was a bit bananas because our new sofas come today. Yay! And serendipitously, Dr. Shrub will be here to receive them and put them all together. But yeah, there was a lot, you know, a lot of prep, rearranging, pulling out, getting ready for their arrival. Something got in my ink pad. I knew there was something on that stamp. Let's see if I can gently clean it off. Kathy Grant sent me some more re-inker for my VersaFine. She didn't. So sweet. And I re-inked this yesterday as well. I use it so often. Okay. So, VersaFine Onyx Black ink is a pigment ink, so you can actually emboss with it. And I find that I like embossing with it better than regular embossing powder. And it does all the fine line details so well. And Desiree's stamps have a lot of fine lines, especially this one. It's so detailed that I think I'll get better results. Now, here's the only thing that I always forget is with these stamps, when there's a lot of detail like this, sometimes embossing is not the best idea. But let's see how it goes. Also, embossing on watercolor paper can sometimes be a bit problematic. We definitely need more ink than that. So if this doesn't, I'm kind of thinking maybe we just don't even emboss it. Let's see. I would have stamped it in a different color. We'll try it. I'm going to stamp it one more time. Ink it up one more time. Also, even if you don't put embossing powder on it, but you stamp it up like this, hi Gwen, and using a heat gun on it's a good idea to get it to dry. I famously smear this stuff. Okay, now that looks pretty good. So let's get that embossed. Paper, paper, paper. I need a sheet of paper fast. Okay. This tinsel embossing powder is really cool. My throat is already irritated, so I'm going to definitely wear a mask as I emboss today. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Okay. Put this away. Did you take a picture? Okay, I answered that one, sorry. Hi, Jason Downs. Oh, you guys, I went to the post office yesterday and there were so many cards. Thank you guys so much. I am so overjoyed. I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you how overjoyed I am at all the people who have sent in cards. For the dude. The dude had to take his dad to the airport this morning at 2:30 in the morning. Oh my goodness. Okay, mask on. Gun on. How you doing, Gwen? Hey, Jill. Hi, Flo. Good to see y'all. Now, we can think about what are we going to stamp old Santa baby in? I don't know. Something. Maybe gray. And heat this from the back because that glitter will go everywhere. I might have already shaken too much of it off. I kind of shook it off. With watercolor paper like this, it's extra thick. It takes a little while to heat it all up. If someone hasn't heard, Biddy has been asking, yep, yep. That's right. Thank you, Sala. Then I don't have to say it out loud. Yeah, I just want to show some appreciation. Bring them into the fold and show some appreciation. Because, you know, he's the biggest cheerleader, but silent as far as all of your guys are concerned. He's in the background. All right, we're halfway there. Let's see how this goes. This is going to go a lot faster. And y'all see how shiny that is? Shiny! Just be able to check that random one off real fast. Guys, I tried again with my printer yesterday. All right. She's shiny. And it's really like glitter-tastic, technical card making term. Clear the air. I gotta breathe it when I take this mask off, so just kind of wave and clear the air around me. Get all that melted plastic out of my way. Aww. That is awesome. Is this your second daughter, Sella? How does she line up in your little pack of children? Is she number 2? Okay, I think we will also stamp him in a gray. Let's see if I have an archival gray. If I have an archival gray, that would be cool, because then ooh, I have an archival. Whoa, take it easy, Betty Penny. Blue. Hi, John Pounds. I also have this archival kind of green. I don't want yellow, but I also have yellow and pink. I do not have a gray. Wait, I do. Watering can. Okay. The reason I want it to be archival is because we're going to watercolor. So I want it to be waterproof, and these are waterproof. When it comes to archival ink, I just have a real narrow little window of colors. I probably, for good measure, need to put old Santa Baby in the stamp positioning tool as well. So let's take the stocking out, clean it up, and take it out. What is a sports fan? It's still... I have a t-shirt that says Saturday is for pain and sadness. This was Saturday with no exception. Aww. Did your team lose, Jason? I'm sorry. I need to check in with Dr. Sharp, because I know Manchester played on Saturday, and I was so busy, I can't remember if they won or not. That's his team. Boy, you know, they've been in years of losses, but hopefully this new Portuguese coach is really going to turn it around for them. Some positive signs are starting to show, so that's good. It just takes time to change the trajectory of such things. Okay. And that's his team, win or lose, Manchester United. I'm a Spanish football girly. I'm a big fan of the Spaniard football teams. All right. I just love their style. Okay. I think we will do gray. I love these colors. This one is Seafarer, and this is Peat Moss. But I think I'm going to stick to gray. In today's card. Now, I'm not expecting it to stamp very well on the stocking that is embossed, but we'll see. We'll see how it does. Yeah, not very well, just as suspected, but it's fine. It did stick to it. So the packing is, of course, Santa's packed up for the night, ready to hand out gifts. And this stocking has been packed. It's absolutely stuffed. I think he's looking at it going, how am I going to put this little gift in here? I don't know, Santa, that's your job. There we go. Goody, goody. He might be a little doubled, but not too much. See, I can't even with a stamp positioning tool. Okay. I hear you, bird. So now let's get some color in the scene. I'm gonna get my watercolors out. Dun, da, da, dun. Did you throw a party for your daughter, Sala? She's the youngest. The eldest is 8. Oh my gosh, does that mean all of your kids are going to be in school now? Do you have a pack of twins? You have 3, right? Three precious children? All right. I want a little green carpet. I mean, this is like 60s, well, I guess 50s, but like, who knows, this may end up being like 70s colors. We're gonna put in some greenish carpet here in this situation. There we go. Like Easter basket green. My mother-in-law always liked green carpet, like dark green though, like forest green. I think she had it in a couple of houses. I don't really need to carry it over here because, and I might end up covering that up because this is kind of, you know, it doesn't have to be a whole scene because this is out of proportion. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not in proportion. So it doesn't necessarily have to have the same kind of background over here that it has over here. Okay, but we've got the green rug at Santa's feet, and I'm just going to tap in while this is still wet a little darker green because, you know, it's watercolor, it's going to dry back lighter, and I like it about this green, so I'm just going to go ahead and tap in a little more. Just tap it in. Just tap, tap, tap it in. Anyone? Bueller? That's from Happy Gilmore. Okay. Let's give it, I like this purple that's hanging out over here, so let's do a purple wall. Not that purple, but purple. And the way you can get pastel colors in your watercolor is just dilute it. Or in this case, I'm going to add in a little titanium white. I think that's what they called their white. And the core line, I'm going to add some white to that. It's kind of cheat. Some watercolor people think that's cheating, but really we're not. It's really not. The only other way to get that pastel would be, I think, to mix it ourselves. which is kind of hard to do, to mix a light purple, at least for this girly. But I'm watering it down quite a bit, and we're going to fill this in. And this homeowner loves Easter colors. This would be much more smooth if I had a bigger brush. Maybe if I wet my paper a little. It's okay. I'll just do a light wash and then go back in and add on top. My water is casting a shadow. Man City or Man United? Man United. Yep. I mean, he likes them all, but through and through, that's his team. But he'll watch anybody. It was so funny. My niece's birthday cake last night was one of the cookie cakes, you know, big old chocolate chip cookie cake. But it had a spider web in it, and then it had orange, yellow, and black icing. And my hubby walked up and he goes, is this a German cake? And we were like, German? He's like, yeah, that's the Germany flag colors. And we were like, no, it has a spider web in it. It's Halloween. It's so funny. He's like, I don't know. I just think in flag colors. It was hilarious. And my niece is like, but it has a spider web. Oh, it was hilarious. It was nice. We got to spend some time as a whole family before my father-in-law headed off to the great unknown of Montego Bay right now. Okay, that's nice and smooth. It's shaping up. It's all coming together. I think we're going to do a dark blue over here. I think I want that whole side over there to be a dark blue. So I'm going to grab a whole bunch of blue and a little bit of Payne's Gray and make myself a nice dark blue color. Or this might be neutral tint. I don't know if this is neutral tint or Payne's Gray. Either way, it gave me the color I wanted, so yippity. All right, cool. Whoops. Oh boy. Over here, including the green that I painted in, I just want this to be a dark blue. Like the night sky, because, you know, Santa fills the stockings at night. We might even put some stars in it. I think I'm going to buy a new camera before I go on Craft Roulette again. Because for some reason, the new camera I got just, I don't know, I guess it's been a year or two, a couple of years ago, doesn't like Craft Roulette or going on anybody's channel. Y'all know that. It's fussy and it just constantly is trying to refocus and it drives me crazy. So I think I'm gonna go get me a new camera. And I want to have it fully tested out, know what I'm doing with it before I'll be on Craft Roulette. on December 26th. So I've got a little bit of time. Okay, so now our background is done. What do y'all think? What color should the stocking be? Like gold, gold and silver, green, pink? Let's do pink and red. Right? Let's do pink and red. All right. I'm going to do the same thing with the red that I did with the purple, and I'm just going to add some white to it. Dallas didn't lose this weekend. The Cowboys, don't they always lose? Sorry to any Cowboys fans. It's just been decades since I've thought of them as a winning team. But I don't watch the sport. So there's that. All right, I'm going to add just a teensy bit of purple into this mix, I think. I don't love this pink. I don't love it. Ooh, I know what to do. I'm going to grab in some of this crimson. There we go. This is the pink I like. I just need a little more blue to it. Okay. So let's just paint this in now. Now the good thing, whoops, about like embossing it is you could do it in strips, but I'm just going to paint the whole thing one color because I don't want it to be too busy with lots of different colors. I'll do the toe and the heel a different color. But see, when you emboss your stamped image, it kind of locks things in. It kind of creates like a channel, if you will, for the watercolor. And it kind of locks it into place so it doesn't just smear all around your paper. So if you're just getting started with watercolor, I would suggest that you emboss your stamped images first. Even if you just do them in black, let's say you want it in black, you want it to look like you stamped it, just stamp it in black with clear embossing powder and watercolor, and it'll help you keep things in place. All right, I'm going to add a little more crimson to this mixture here. So we're just going to go a little darker for the toe and the heel, but same, essentially same color. Just a tinsy bit darker. All right. I'm going to make Santa's bag a different color. So I'm not going to color that part of the toe in. So my dad was a huge Cowboys fan. I mean, I grew up in Dallas, so of course, in the Dallas area. I was born in Dallas, so I grew up thinking Dallas was the greatest team. I knew no different. I don't know who, I have no idea. Mary would tell you it's Kansas City, though. Hi, Heidi Robbins. He does have his pack of toys, Paula Rice. This is for Craft Roulette. And he's looking at that stocking going, oh my gosh, that's jam-packed. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Jeez. Where am I going to put this teeny tiny gold ring? Let's make the baubles this green gold color. I actually have a proper green gold I'm going to mix in here. We'll do green gold for these. Not all of them, but some of them. And how about like a powder blue? And then we'll bring in some gold as well. Metallic, shiny gold. Makes me think of that crab on Moana. So shiny. Okay. Gwen, I saw you're getting started with more Zentangle. You're doing a Thanksgiving Zentangle now? One for November? That's awesome. Trying to decide because these feel a little disjointed. I think I'm going to go ahead and just bring the color across each one and tie in the band that's in the middle. Yeah, that feels a little more, that feels better for me. Okay, now I'm going to bring in white and I'm going to put it in that dark blue, and this is how we're going to make our powder blue. When you're working with watercolor or any kind of paint, it's good to mix the way we mixed our pink darker, and now we're just with white mixing our blue down. That was the blue from over here, because it'll help everything stay unified more. Yeah, I have to say, Gwen, I'm going to be missing Inktober and missing learning a tangle every day. Okay, this is a background player back here. All right. Whoops. Dropped it all the way in there. I think this whole thing is supposed to be green. There we go. All right, let's bring in a little gold, shall we? We shall. Getting my much loved Kuretake gold palette out. Let's do this real brassy one. And make some gold baubles. This would be a pretty tree color, or ornament colors for a tree. This was supposed to be, but whatever. Accidentally painted one that was supposed to be an ornament right here. This is, but it's fine. It's going to be just fine. Okay, ornaments done. How about we give old Santa baby the golden bag of toys. Okay, and then Santa is going to be the same color as his stocking, or the stocking, not his. Do you think Santa has a stocking? I wonder. He should. If he doesn't, I'm advocating for Santa to have a stocking. What do you think he wants in it? A bunch of vacation supplies, surfboards, roller skates, pool floaties, things like that. For when he's not at the North Pole, bossing a bunch of elves around, bribing them with cookies and sugar plums. Does this work for Easter colors? I know it's pretty saturated. It's not exactly pastel. Let's throw some brown in the mix, and that way I can at least say, well, an Easter basket is sometimes brown. Let's do that. He'll be sitting in a brown leather chair. Jason, did you submit a card? Yeah, what'd y'all do for y'all's cards? Have y'all submitted a craft roulette card for this week yet? All right, this gift down here needs to be dark. I'm gonna mix in this color. I don't know what this color is called. It kind of reminds me of Moon Glow from Daniel Smith, but this is a one that my friend Rhonda sent me. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of disguise the fact that we're covering up the tip of that stocking. So let's color this other gift so that somebody knows, like, that's supposed to be a gift. Okay. All right. Oh, let's color this other one like that too. The one that's sticking out up here. Submitted. Yay, Jason. What number are you on now? I feel like you're just moving right along. You're going to pass me up. I've been terrible over the years about submitting. I haven't even gotten to 100 yet. And I've been watching Craft Roulette since it was on Facebook. Okay, let's give Santa some flesh color. Let's put a little color in his face. And I know he usually wears white gloves, but in this case, he's got his gloves off. He was just eating some cookies and his gloves are off. His gloves are off. It's Christmas. All right. Let's see. I can leave a lot of the stuff white. We need some dark boots. Let's put this over here. One of these is black. I'm just going to dip my brush in all of them and I'll end up with a dark black color for his boots. What's missing, Gwen? Hi, Ave. I haven't started my craft roulette card yet. Hi, Jackie. But I'm narrowing down my ideas. Before this morning, I dreamed up this card when I was waking up this morning, but before this morning, I was thinking a pack of cats. Like, just put a whole bunch of cats on it. We do still have to fit a cat on this. Work a cat into this equation here. And I need to hustle just a little bit because there's a whole nother... I haven't revealed all that we're going to do with this card yet. Okay. I like it though. I want a little more red here. It's just a little bit too much white for me. And I want to deepen a few areas. For shadows, I'm just going to follow the crease lines that the artist has already put into the artwork. So just add some depth and dimension to the old boy. Make him a little more interesting as he sits there. And let's put some up here in the hat. The shadow would be down here. Maybe pop a little up here. There we go. That's better. How's y'all's view? Do y'all need to come in a little closer? Let me bring you in a little closer. Good morning, Kat. How's it going? Oh yeah, we're having fun today. Okay. All right. Let's put a little blue in his lenses. Just a dab will do. He's got his glasses on. There we go. Ooh, let's put some pink on his lip. Okay. And then see this white gold? I'm going to use this for his furry embellishments right here. And for his beard, it'll be silver, white gold. That's what I'm going to tell my kids. That's not gray hair, it's white gold. Get it straight, everybody. All right, and then his belt buckle. This definitely needs to be gold. By golly, we've done it. Okay, we've done half of the card. Don't worry, the other half will go a little quicker. Let's put a sentiment up here. I'm thinking very merry. Yeah, I really like the way it's positioned and the way it fits into the scene. Really like the shape of it because it kind of dips down and it'll fill in that gap nicely. Okay. There's a monthly challenge all year long. No, I don't know if I could commit to that, but that's cool. Yeah, I am going to miss it. Where do you find it? Awesome Zentangle group. Oh, okay. Is it on Facebook? My cats do not like the time change. I don't like the time change. Cordelia, good morning. Dogs don't like the time change. No. We were over, at my family's house last night, and their dogs always eat at 5. Well, at 4 o'clock, guess what? They were starving to death. They weren't going to make it another hour. There's no way in the world. Okay, I'll have to fill in the rest with a micron. Okay. I want to add, I almost forgot, I want to add some stars over here. And I'm just going to go boop, boop, boop. This is a flat brush. So kind of just tap in. It's really more like cross hatching, but we're going to think of them as stars. I'll splatter it too, probably. Kind of like little crosses. Okay. Looking for a micron to fill in the M. This is going to be much better option than me trying to restamp it. Okay, the front of the card is, for me, done right now. I do need to color the bow. We'll do that later, though. Just don't let me forget. I'll color the bows on the gifts, and we'll shape that one up to make it actually look like a gift. It's just looking like a black smudge right now. We'll get there. We'll give it some gift treatment. But this is the front now. What time is it? 6:30. So we will quickly make the inside, and then we'll put it on a base. All right. Let's see. I'm going to grab, now for this next part, I don't think, let's see, it's just not dry enough to flip over and make truly into a postcard, I don't think. So okay, sorry, I was lost in thoughts. I love the metallic paint. Do you have the Paul Rubens? No, I don't. I don't have any Paul Rubens. I thought about getting it. It was on Prime Day, but I was being good. Honestly, I guess I wasn't, because on Prime Day, Blick had a sale on their core watercolors, and I got the 24 pack of those because I knew I wanted those for sure. Because when I was at Paper Ganza in Kansas City and at Blick, I got the 6-pack, the Allie Kavanaugh collection, and had been using them for months and just really love these watercolors. I still love my Kuretake, but yeah, really love those watercolors. was going for a sure thing. All right. So let's make the postcard part of this whole thing. I mean, we could go so far as to say that postcards are typically 5x7. So the fact that I'm making a 5x7 card could maybe potentially cover the whole postcard situation, but we're going to play by all the rules here. And make it a postcard. Look at me following rules. Hey, Mahan66. Kind of stamping that would be in the old. Yeah, exactly. I think I do kind of really have kind of my aesthetic as a card maker is more old school. Even though I didn't make cards in the 90s, I think I do kind of have like a little bit of a 90s aesthetic when it comes to the kind of cards that I like to make. I'm definitely not a modern card maker. I found that out this weekend when I was making my sheet load. It's just not the kind of card I like to make. It's taken me forever to figure out. You know, you have to try everything. Or at least I do. All right. We have a postcard from Santa. I truly love this stamp set, you guys. I used it. We made cards with this last Christmas. And some of it, you don't even have to, you know, the tickets you could use year round. The postcard thing, I mean, it does have the holly, but if you like omitted that part, you know, like cover it with a Post-it or whatever, you could take the holly out. This is your 82nd. Awesome, Linda Veal. I think you and I are probably neck and neck then. I won't put anything in the to section because maybe whoever I give the card to, I can put their name and address in there. Like Santa's coming to their house. So I'm going to leave that alone. I stamped this in the pigment ink so I can watercolor it real quick, even though this is not watercolor card. It'll be fine. It won't be smooth, but it'll be fine. This poor brush. I cleaned my craft room a little this weekend, you guys. I've got to get it in order before the American Heritage girls get a virtual tour of my space. Can't be scaring a bunch of 3rd to 6th graders with a tragically disorganized, wildly chaotic craft room. How am I supposed to recruit them into being crafters in the future? Okay, so I'm just using the same pink that we used for Santa's and the stocking, for Santa's suit and the stocking. And this is going to be rough. It's not going to be a smooth blend, but it'll help coordinate nicely. And I think we'll ink blend around it, but we'll see. I'm just using a big old moppy brush, just mopping it on. Okay. I can't decide which die cutting machine to use, the manual or electric. Yeah, I understand the struggle, Linda, because I like the electric because it's less cranking, you know, physically. But I like the manual because I feel like I have more control. But my all-time favorite die cutting machine, and I have like 5, is the Biracraft or the Gina K. Same company. Well, they're not the same company, but same manufacturer. And the Bira I bought off Amazon. But that design is my favorite for sure, hands down. You do have to crank it yourself, but the thing is it doesn't feel like all the other ones where you're like, really trying to, you have to put a lot of force in it. You don't have to put any force in the Biracraft at all. It's just, you just roll it. It feels like there's nothing in there, and you roll it right through and it cuts perfectly. It's really quite amazing. Okay. So now that that is done, let's add this tree, because this is feeling a little plain for my liking. So I'm going to come in, and you know that line that's usually down a postcard? I'm going to stamp this tree right there. And I'm going to stamp it in that sage color. Where is it? Peat moss. This archival peat moss. I've got one shot. So get it good and inky. Last time I used this stamp, I deepened the color. Hi, Esther. In the wrong place. Looked like Santa didn't make it to the toilet in time. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's hilarious. Okay. It's just back there, you know? Even though it's the last thing we stamped, it's in the background. I like it. Now, I definitely want to ink blend around it. And this paper is, like, excuse me? What did you just do to me? It's called watercolor. All right. Let's get some vintage photo. This is Desiree approved color. What about the bows on the gifts? Oh yeah, well, you probably saw that I didn't see your comment, but I knew we needed to get to those. We'll get to those. All right, we're gonna vintage this up a little bit. Some vintage photo. I'm probably gonna use my gel pens for those details. Gel pens or acrylic paint pens, one or the other. All right. Bring a little bit throughout here. All righty. That's looking more like it. Now, we're going to use a different kind of card base today. If I can find it. Well, let's see. That was the whole idea anyways. Did y'all see Desiree's video yesterday, her live of the release of these stamps? That was really cool. I didn't get to see Sean's. I have to go back and see his. Well, we may have been foiled. Let's see, wait. No, I think I found it. Okay. We're going to do a clear acrylic card base. This is like 10 mil, I think. But it's a binder cover is what it's listed as on Amazon. So let me trim this down. We're going to trim it to 7 inches, just like we would any other card base. So 7 by 10, score at 5. Alicia, Call Me Crafty Owl, got me into clear cards. I remember the first time she made one, it blew my mind. And I immediately bought these binder covers and had to give it a go. Which one, Flo, which stamp set? The stocking one or the Santa one? The stocking is a brand new release from Desiree Tangles. You just go to includeathankyou.com, go to shop, and she has it under her new releases. So that's where this one's from. It's called a Tangled Stocking. So that's that one. And then the other one is Tim Holtz. And that is Santa Visit. Okay, so now we have our clear card base. And I cut this a little smaller than the card base. Not too much, just a little bit. And I cut this one to be the same size. It doesn't look the same size. Sometimes that can be deceiving, but it is pretty much the same. I need to trim a little off the edge over here. Okay. Now they're the same size. Because I want to hide the adhesive, but I'm kind of thinking about bringing in a patterned paper to hide the adhesive on the front and the back and make it so it goes like this. All right, so for adhesive, I'm going to have to use double-sided tape, like a really strong one. So I'm going to use this one. I gotta go make fried rice today. I'm over daylight savings already. You and me both, Bethany. Like, I wish they would just leave it alone. Pick one and stick with it. I'd like to be on the one that gives us more daylight. That one, please. The one we just got off of. I could deal with this. I could not have this not falling back business and it being dark all the time. Look, I know the days are shorter. I get it, but still. This is probably excessive. Wouldn't be the first time. All right. Let's do the bows real quick. think I will just go ahead and use, whoa, I'm about to have a major craft lunch. Hold on. For this one gift, we're going to have to like outline it and make it look like a square. So definitely going to use my acrylic markers for this one. There we go. We saved it. Oh, that's too close to the background. Okay, let's pull in a different color. Let's do this pink for this bow. And we'll do the pink for this bow down here too. Everything's coordinated. We'll put some pink on that one. There we go. There we go. Problem solved. Here's the question. Do we want to ink blend around this too? I want to decide before I glue it down. I think we should. Yeah. I think we should so that it coordinates with the inside. More vintage photo. Yeah, I like it. Now on this one, I'm just trying to catch the edge. Not so much like this one where I was trying to make it a whole part of the background. I don't really need to worry about it over here because you're not going to see it that much. I guess you could see it some. Because it's an oxide. All right. All right. We had another successful craft fair. I was thinking about you this morning, Bethany, wondering how your craft fair went. Good. I'm so glad. Danny sold a lot of her pens, and I sold out of a few bow styles. Nice. Now to make another batch for another one this Saturday. Oh, that is wonderful. Where do you share your stuff? Do you share it on your channel? Do you share it on Instagram? So that we can see. Oh, I'm so happy. It's so funny. I was thinking, I wonder if Bethany would be here today. I wanted to ask her how our craft fair is going. I was going to do one this year, but I did not sign up in time. I don't think. And I think I'm just too busy to add that to my plate. Okay. Now see why we're going to want to put something on the back? Because that's not a look for me that I like. So we're going to have to find some pattern paper. If I put this here, because I had cut it to go there, then we could put something else over here. But I think I want it to go like this. What do y'all think? Should I, okay, y'all decide. Should I put it at the top and put it back here and then put patterned paper down here? Or, you know, colored cardstock. So it's front and back like that. Or should I put this down here and put colored cardstock up here? I think I want to put it here because then I can sign it to the person and it feels more like a card. I think that's the way to go. People are amazing and kind. Aw, you had a great day too at your craft fair. Yay! Oh, yeah. People love junk journals at a craft fair. I learned that a few years ago. And then I started my craft fair series on my channel because I had sold out of them all. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to make these like all year long. But then I stopped doing craft fairs. So there's that. I gotta go make fried rice, you guys. I gotta just wrap this up real quick. Let me zoom. I'm gonna miss some comments. I like to read them all if I can. Vicki did one. The craft fair here in Elk City is also judged one. You have to, yeah. That's how ours is, Vicki, is that there's a panel of people you have to submit your work to, and then they decide who gets in. Yeah. It's not like one of ones where you just get a booth. You pay a booth fee. Sorry, I don't know what you guys decided on, but I'm just going to put it here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line it up like this because I want it to be really well lined up. So I'm going to line it up on here like this. And then I'm going to bring my card base down to it. Like that. Really burnish it on there. There we go. So this card is going to be a little heavy because this acetate's a nice sturdy one. And then, oh, bye, Kat. Have an awesome day. And then we're adding all this extra paper. So this will definitely be like a hand deliver or extra postage kind of thing. To me, with Christmas cards, I wanted to see if this pink, I think this pink can work. I just might hit it with the vintage photo, but I think it's gonna work. We're gonna make it work. Fried rice, yes. I made rice last night, and the boys were going at it. I said, hey, look, you gotta leave some for Sparkle Heart's lunch tomorrow, and she got excited. She's like, you're making me fried rice? Yep. And I put it in a thermos to keep it warm all day so she can have a warm meal. So I gotta go make that because she's expecting it. Chicken fried rice. I actually usually end up making more than I can fit in her thermos, so it ends up being my breakfast too. All right. So we're going to put this pink right there, and we're going to put this pink right here. And that will cover up all of our gluiness. Or not really glue, tape, all of the tape. First, let's distress it. Bye, Flo. You're most welcome. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being here. Wouldn't be the same without you. No, it was just something Biddy wanted to do. Come. almost done. I'm being paged. I might finish these off camera, but y'all know where we're headed this way. I think we are good here. We did all the things. I can submit my card real quick because they won't be able to see the part I'm doing now anyways. Well, I guess they could see this part. I'll submit it later, I promise. But this is going to go glued here. And this is going to go glued here. And yes, this card took me an hour and a half. I know, some cards just take time. But for me, this is more fun than all that fussy die cutting. I found that out this weekend. Bye, Flo, everybody. You're being paged too, Bethany? Yeah, I gotta go. But this is our card today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It is a postcard inspired card. It's in Easter colors. Packing is, the stocking is packed and he's packing it. He's got his eye on it. And then it's shiny. It's embossed in shiny glitter tinsel. Let me bring it up close so you can see the tinsel embossing powder. That's it. So that's my craft roulette card for this week. So much fun. You guys can make one. If you're members, you can still submit. If you're not a member and you're not planning on submitting it, you could still make a card. It's just when you submit it, we all get to see it and share for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Love you guys to pieces. I will see you on Thursday. Have a beautiful week, everyone. I'll see you then. Bye.